the Honorable Minister in the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Pauline Sukhai.
Pauline, the wake, rough for sailing. Rough, this is rough. Pauline, you need to get through sailing licks. Up through sailing licks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good evening to the House. Mr. Speaker, I stand this evening proud and honored to lend my full support to the 2026 national budget, a budget that continues to reflect our government's unwavering commitment to the people of this country, our Guyana. This $1.558 trillion budget aligns with the People's Progressive Party civic manifesto, which sets out Guyana's development path for 2030 and beyond. The 2026 budget stands as a powerful testament to the dynamic leadership of His Excellency President Dr. Irfan Ali, as it captured his visionary announcement made in his address to the nation not so long ago. Mr. Speaker, I skipped Mohammed because I did not want him to be associated at this time with the other Mohammed. Let me congratulate and thank the senior minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, the Honorable Dr. Ashni Singh and his team, for scripting such a masterclass fiscal plan for 2026 that looks beyond short-term gains while deliberately charts a course towards sustainable national development. Mr. Speaker, our budget theme, Putting People First, reflects our commitment to inclusive development across Guyana. In the hinterland and unserved communities, the People's Progressive Party civic government distributed 37,230 solar home systems. In 2026, in 2025, 7,000 was delivered and distributed to the hinterland communities and villages, improving students' ability to study at night and enhancing daily life of families. Despite criticism, Mr. Speaker, from the Honorable Dion Lacruz, our one and only, the initiative has positively impacted students, education, and prospects. In 2025, the Guyana Energy Agency constructed solar farms, mini-grids, in various hinterland communities and hydro projects in locations such as Kumu, Mokomoka, and K2. Mr. Speaker, this is a government that put people first. Coming from where we started, Mr. Speaker, it is important to note that before the PDP came into office in 1992, the hinterland was in darkness. It was in abject poverty, and marginalization. Mr. Speaker, and I say no more, because from then to now, the improvements that we have seen, felt, and is experiencing is untold. It must be recognized, it must be recorded, because it is a fact. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, when young parliamentarians who I applaud has taken up the leadership in their own space, not exactly on this platform that is putting people first and focuses on people's development, they need to reflect and to question themselves whether coming to this house with heaps of criticisms and not looking back. Many times it is the history that informs the next step forward. And Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to say that because when one considers where Guyana was, by those, the young members associated with, the honorable members associated with, it was truly a failure. And I want to say this. Another criticism that came from the other side had to do with jumping ship. And when the matter of jumping ship was being told to this House only a couple of hours ago, I remember Dr. Ashney Singh's referral about the scatteration. Mr. Speaker, the scatteration have them scattered all over. And it was like the pot telling the kettle the bottom black. Because the same person who was speaking about jumping ship has jumped on a ship that is fastly sinking. Sinking. And Mr. Speaker, having been the major opposition team just 5 years ago, can accuse someone who has chosen to jump ship on a platform of progress, a platform where this government continues to put people first. It is nonsensical because the pot is calling the kettle black, but the kettle jumped on a progressive ship, not a sinking one. The 2026 budget, Mr. Speaker, includes funding of $6 billion that will be directed to the establishment of 10 more mini-grids for communities. Mr. Speaker, and for the honorable member, someone said here he should have read the budget, or the honorable member should have read the budget. Because in the 2026 budget, Dr. Ashley Singh, the honorable member, indicated that for Region 1, there will be an extension to the solar farms that exist there in Port Kaituma, Matthews Ridge, and Mabaruma. This is what we would refer to as a government that continues to incrementally change the landscape of the hinterland and put people first. Of course, Rome was not built in a day. And I am proud, as I started my presentation, proud. I feel privileged that I could be on this side, no matter what position I may be in, no matter how critical it will appear to those on the other side. It is a position of choice, a position of recognition, and a position of representation for the people of this country. The hinterland, as well as the coastal regions, have benefited from investment in road networks and connecting bridges and drains. The new highway in the coast is a reality and has brought relief and strengthened economic opportunities for all of Guyana. Opening up lands for housing scheme. We'll be opening up lands for agriculture, opening up opportunities for young people, for women. Mr. Speaker, if that is not putting people first, then what is it? What is it? Similarly, in the hinterland and remote communities, the road network has expanded to bring improvements. Each year, the People's Progressive Party civic government has incrementally increased investments to upgrade and construct road networks in the hinterland. This year, the budget has allocated $10 million to commence these critical transport networks. Mr. Speaker, I want to take some time to address the numbers.
Take your time. You have 30 plus 5. They only have 15 over.
To highlight, Mr. Speaker, how this government, without oil and with oil, continues to support development in the hinterland. Allocation for Hinterland Road development. I want to demonstrate how the incremental increase is impacting and affecting a positive way of life for our people. In Region 1, in 2020, $146 billion. 2021, $700 million. In 2022, $970 million. In 2023, $1.8 billion. In 2024, $1.3 billion. In 2025, $3 billion. Mr. Speaker, that's what we call incrementally increasing every year the investment in hinterland roads. In my honorable member, or on the other side, region. Mr. Speaker, their government, or the opposition, and I'm speaking here because I'm not sure where they are placing themselves at this point in time. Mr. Speaker, their history and their record has never shown such development track record. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, they can bawl, they can shout, and they can perform antics at the podium. But that will not bring them votes. It might bring them social media likes, but it will not bring you votes. Mr. Speaker, I would like to specially point out that in 2025, $14 billion were spent on hinterland roads alone. Mr. Speaker, that is what we're talking about. Increasing and building out the infrastructure to support hinterland, Amerindians and hinterland community life, so that they too can be party to the benefits of what is happening around and in this country. Mr. Speaker, this year's budget caters, Mr. Speaker, local government is where development becomes real. It is where citizens judge the state by whether drains are cleared, roads are maintained, markets are organized, garbage is collected, and public spaces are safe and usable. Mr. Speaker, when one reflects on what we inherited, it was a total mess. Before I highlight what the budget offers for local government development, it would be remiss of me not to say that the opposition-run city council has over the years allow the capital city to rapidly deteriorate, to rubble and waste. Since 2020, with strategic investment from the People's Progressive Party civic administration and the intervention of central government, Guyanese are witnessing a city that is progressively transforming into a safer and more secure space. Just take a walk down to the historical old train station and the seawall. They are now awesomely well kept and enhanced, nothing like in the days of the opposition. And with this, we cannot fail to recognize the effort of the Office of the First Lady for the dedicated leadership provided across various regions to uplift and enhance towns and communities alike. This year's budget caters for investment to the tune of $2 billion to commence the reconstruction of two historical city markets, the Stabroek Market and the Border Market. And not forgetting that we have already achieved the rehabilitation of City Hall, beautifully done, along with further investment for city enhancement projects throughout the year and beyond. A revitalized and beautifully maintained city will in turn complement the targeted support being extended to the orange economy. Because the PPP civic government put people first, we realized the scope of our culture and creative industry that will generate income for countless Guyanese in the area of music, fashion, cuisine, film, art. Mr. Speaker, design and heritage-based enterprises. Mr. Speaker, exciting times lie ahead for our creative population, for our young people, for our male and female designers. Mr. Speaker, this is what real development is, since it seeks and ensures that people's life will be improved, that income will be generated, and prosperity will begin to prevail. Turning now to regional development. Mr. Speaker, over the past 5 years, the People's Progressive Party administration pursued a deliberate and measurable agenda to expand development at the regional and the local levels. Through improved connectivity, stronger regional systems, enhanced energy access, and direct investments. Mr. Speaker, we in this government strengthen the governance architecture through a democratic and balanced approach. Local organs must be resourced, trained, and equipped to deliver services, and they must be also accountable. As such, under the government subvention, increases for the local organs, including municipalities, received in 2025 $50 million, and neighborhood democratic councils were allocated $30 million to ensure that both these levels would execute impactful projects that improve people's life and the delivery of service to our people be upgraded and enhanced. This is a deliberate policy to strengthen local organs with more predictable resources and delivery of services. As such, tractors, truck, waste management, equipment, and tools will be procured. Mr. Speaker, the grumbling about reading, I want to assure this House, these notes belong to me, supported by my technical people, not by Christopher Ram. That is what responsible government looks like, Mr. Speaker, when money is allocated, money is disbursed, money is utilized, services are improved, and communities and people continue to benefit, and life continue to improve. Mr. Speaker, solid waste management remains a challenge. It's a fact. It is one of the toughest local government responsibility. That is why the portfolio is not only about trucks and schedules for pickup, it is also about policy modernization. Consultation has begun for an integrated solid waste management bill aimed at strengthening standards, improving regulation, and modernizing the framework within which waste collection, disposal, and site management will operate. In 2026, Mr. Speaker, a total of $7.9 billion budgeted to pursue a comprehensive approach to solid waste management, with a particular focus on constructing access road and landfill facilities. Mr. Speaker, this is how the People's Progressive Party civic government operate. We manage the present while modernizing for the future. Mr. Speaker, with respect to hinterland development, the People's Progressive Party civic government policy is to improve the delivery of services. And that is relatable to people. And that is why this budget is themed putting people first and not a mere slogan. Mr. Speaker, let me remind this House that on December the 17th, 2025, right on the lawns of the conference center, His Excellency, in his message to the nation, said, "Development cannot remain concentrated along the coast. It must be national in scope, deliberate in its execution, and tangible in the daily lives of Guyanese, particularly those in riverine, remote, and hinterland communities." This is substantive. This is visionary. And this is coming from a leader who has put people first. His Excellency recent commissioning of hinterland airstrips in Parmakatoy Region 8 and at Aishalton in Region 9 demonstrates a strategic push to integrate these communities into the national economy through transport infrastructure that supports agriculture, tourism, healthcare, education, and access to market. Mr. Speaker, the vision, the pronouncement, the message of His Excellency to this nation is not only now beginning, but he has reinforced what this government should focus on. And therefore, with the commissioning of more than one airstrips in the hinterland community, it was providing evidence to what the intention is, so that we will be able as a government to continue to deliver, to serve, and of course, to attract the votes, so that you on the other side may take a lesson from us over a long protracted period of years while you sit on the other side. As part of the integrated food production strategy, the government has set ambitious annual output targets to be achieved from regions 8 and 9, including 1 million pounds of carrots, 500 pounds of citrus, 200,000 pounds of peanuts, 150,000 pounds of mangoes, 200,000 pounds of beef, and 100,000 pounds of mutton, along with the cultivation of potatoes, onions, and carrots. Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to announce that the first shipment of mangoes, amounting to several thousand pounds that might otherwise have rotted, were already flown out of Aishalton, and more than 40,000 pounds of produce have begun arriving in Georgetown. Again, as I speak, or as I stand here, I'm happy to report that 38 acres of arable land has been cleared in Region 8 in Paramakatoy to revolutionize agricultural production. This will be done with the support, technical and otherwise, by the Ministry of Agriculture. It will ensure that youths, women, farmers remain involved in production, are working and earning through a lucrative project right in their home or village. Mr. Speaker, that is what integrating the hinterland areas and location with the national policy of food security. Our country, Mr. Speaker, has committed to be the supplier of food for the region. We can do it. I've heard the Minister of Agriculture outline here today that Guyana is one of the only countries that has the capability, the capacity, and the potential to carry on this task. And the hinterland community are going to be integrally a significant participant in this activity. Mr. Speaker, development cannot occur in darkness. For long, under the grapples and the hamstrung and the tentacles of the opposition, Guyana has been in a really sad state. And so today, I want to say that infrastructure alone is not enough. And I agree that all the beautiful highways we've had, the modern BJ Bridge, the Amrar Harbor Bridge, Mr. Speaker, they are magnificent. It's awesome. It's building out and modernizing our country. But that is not enough, and I agree. And that is why over 7,500 hinterland residents have benefited from training and educational opportunities through programs such as GOAL and other scholarships, including the free tuition at the university. And Mr. Speaker, our government continues to invest in our human capital, our human resources. And I like to tell the story, which I've said before, others have heard it before, but I want to say it in this August House, Mr. Speaker. Our government has put people first. People, for us, are the important players in everything that we do. And so, in a family, when the mother gets pregnant or a female gets pregnant, she has the option of going not only to the private hospitals, but now, comfortably so, she can go to the government public health system. Mr. Speaker, she gets free examination, she gets free ultrasound, she also gets free medication if necessary. She gets free birthing of the child in the institution. And when that child is born, that mother receives $100,000. That's investment from day one in our human resource. When that child gets into nursery school and registered in the private or the public schools, that child is today receiving, or this year will receive $85,000. When that child is about or is ready and eligible to write the CSEC examination, Mr. Speaker, parents will keep the cost or the fees for 8 subjects in their family budget because the government is covering the cost of up to 8 subjects for that child born. Mr. Speaker, if that child chose to go into business or go on to higher academic levels, whether it's to study at an international institute or university, they can get free gold scholarships fully paid by this government. And if they decide to go to the university, they also get free tuition. In fact, we've gone beyond that as a government. And we have written off the loans for young people and workers who would have been attending university, taking the opportunity to educate or further educate themselves. Mr. Speaker, skills training, the investment in practical institutions and skills training in this country is enormous. There is no other country, even in the old socialist country, can they match what this country, under the leadership of the People's Progressive Party, Civic, has accomplished. We have accomplished opportunities that are so easily and readily available to young people. Anyone above the age of 18 today can dream of qualifying themselves in whatever field they may choose. That's an investment in our human resource, an investment in the human capital, an investment for our people to put on our shoulders the challenge of continuing the transition to a modern country, a country which will be built and will be led by a People's Progressive Party civic government for a very long time. Mr. Speaker, I want to turn to Region 8.
Before you turn to Region 8, let us turn to an extension.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask the honourable member to have 5 more minutes to conclude her presentation.
Thank you. Go ahead, Honourable.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, like all the other geographical MPs in this honourable House, I am privileged to be serving Region 8 as a geographical member of Parliament. And it would not be correct for me not to speak a little on Region 8. Because people in Region 8 are benefiting from our government development programs and plans. Mr. Speaker, it was my government who worked tirelessly in this region, whilst in opposition during 2015 to 2020, when power-hungry individuals held onto seats in government. Tangible development only started to flow unabated when the People's Progressive Party Civic was returned to office. Mr. Speaker, the hardship that Region 8 suffered during 2015 to 2020 is unimaginable. Transportation or modes of transportation collapsed.
Mr. Speaker,
Roads
can I
became
interrupt?
really difficult.
Honourable Member, Honourable Minister Gail, to share.
But I think I hear an honourable member, threatening another member. And so I'd ask you to please listen carefully to some of that thing, because what I heard just now, I will take it as a threat. I feel threatened all the time. The gentleman at the back.
Honourable members, we have been going well for the day so far. We have 3 members to come. Please let's desist, or we will have to start naming people. Go ahead, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, but today I've listened to the Honourable Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, and I concur with him that traveling in the North Pacorimas, which is Subdistrict 1 in Region 8, is much more easier than it ever was under any other government. But this government has achieved great strides in traveling. Mr. Speaker, it used to take an individual to ride an ATV from Paramakatoi to Kato for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Mr. Speaker, you yourself would have traversed those areas. Today, Riding an ATV takes 20 minutes from Parmakatoy to 𝐃𝐄, and using a pickup truck takes 25 minutes. That is what achievement for Region 8 is. Mr. Speaker, we have just seen Monkey Mountain roads, internal roads being completed. We've seen Parmakatoy roads being completed. We've seen 𝐃𝐄 gravel road being completed, and over 27 communities in the North Pacorimas will be benefiting from improved, upgraded internal roads. And not speaking only about internal roads, but we are also speaking about the connecting village-to-village roads. Those are being maintained both by villagers, funded by the public works, and contractors who have bigger equipment that are taking care of those long stretches. Mr. Speaker, I want to also applaud the government for ensuring that more than 90% of ICT hubs are established and operational. That is bringing internet connectivity to the most remote region of this country. And that's commendable, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this year we would see a practical institution, a practical center, skill training center being established in the township of Madhya. Madhya itself has benefited from 5 kilometers of roads, including now we will be ensuring that the road from Madhya to Bryan-Sukhai Junction will be done in this term. In fact, awards started since last year, and the minister, I accompanied him to inspect some of the completed roads, and he was very surprised to find out that roads awarded in August of last year were completed by December of 2025. That is what work, efficient road work, and they're concrete roads. We're getting value for money. Mr. Speaker, I know my time is not long gone, it's about to expire, but I want to say that this budget is indeed a people's budget, and therefore I wish to commend this budget and to ensure that we get full approval for this budget, and to encourage the opposition to put people first, not yourself, not the bullying, Mr. Speaker, not the chanting, not the arm waving, not the shouting, but to put people first. They are the significant players in any development. And so, like my colleagues on this side of the House, I wish also to support fully, 100%, the passage of the 2026 budget.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. And now for the Honourable Member, Mr. Alistair Charles.